3, 2, 1.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. We are rolling.
We are rolling. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Aaron.
My name is Daniel.
And this is the third official episode
That's right. That's right. Aaron has to drink his latte.
of the Summer Pod podcast.
Summer Pod. That's right.
Wow.
Wowee.
All we can say is wow.
Aaron fell back on the chair just before shoot.
We were setting up.
I wish the camera was on. He was. What'd you do, Aaron?
We were setting up and put down the trusty Tommy Bahama chair.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Tommy Bahama. I
Yeah.
sat down in the chair, and the arms have to lock in to adjust the position of the back. And when they're not locked, it just falls back. So
And he
then
fell back.
I sat down, leaned back, and I went completely straight.
And also, the jackhammer.
But also that was
Oh, okay, all right.
coincidentally the same time that your mom was looking out the window at us. That
Yeah.
was when I sat down.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
double embarrassing.
Crazy.
But
I was gonna say the jackhammer was jackhammering away last week, exactly a week from now.
this is an every week kind of thing now.
Yeah,
I don't understand. What does he have to jackhammer every single time we film?
Remember last time you said they were probably digging a pool?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
So maybe they're digging
they're
a pool.
maybe.
they're making a pool.
I don't know, but it's a big job.
It is a big job. Sounds like a whole project.
That was a good shot of espresso.
That's good. I'm glad it was good.
Very
speaking
delicious.
of espresso,
Espresso?
speaking of espresso,
Espresso.
there was a squirrel that was mutilated on the grass the other day.
How does that have anything to do with espresso?
It has something to do with espresso. I saw a cat. This was last night, actually. Sorry, not the other day. I saw a cat walking around, and my little brother was like, "Oh my God, it's a cat!" So we went close to it, and I'm like, "Get back, get back!" He was eating a squirrel. This poor squirrel was like cut. Half his head was cut. I could see his teeth, the side of his eyes, jaw, and I'm like, "Shit, we have to film here." So I took a cardboard box, and I scooped it up
You
and
cleaned up the squirrel carcass?
cleaned up the murder, the
Jesus.
homicide.
Hey, circle of
Wow.
life, though.
That is the circle of life. I
Yeah.
really, that doesn't.
I'm just going to say cats do not belong as pets. Never have, never will. Those things are
I'm
wild
more of a
animals.
dog person. Everyone who's watching this podcast that likes cats, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I do
The
not
thing
like
about
cats.
cats are part of the feline. But cats are literally
Feline.
related to, like, lions.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
They
dogs are related to, like, wolves, but, like, wolves are just wild dogs. Not really. That's not true. But, like, I just feel that cats are just, they're not really friendly, in my opinion. They hate me. Cats hate me. They're not, you can't take them on walks. They just kind of do whatever, and they're kind of indifferent to you. Some cats are probably really nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But dogs are just beautiful creatures.
they are. They're just also more enthusiastic and energized. Where cats are just like, I'm gonna go sleep for the whole day and don't bother me.
As
Yeah.
my rabbi once said, this is an actual quote from my rabbi. He was joking, but he said, dogs are amazing. Cats belong in microwaves.
Oh
What?
my God!
I don't know why he said that. He was joking, but
Wow,
I think he was expressing his animosity towards
Oh my
cats.
God.
I like cats.
You like cats?
I do. There's certain ones I don't like, but there's a large majority that I do like.
Yeah.
It's.
Interesting.
I mean, I have dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah, dogs are great.
Yeah.
I speaking of dogs, I'm gonna say something
Oh.
really off.
No, speaking about your dog sitting.
Oh
Oh, the
yeah.
dog
That's actually a good.
What were you
transition.
gonna say?
I was gonna say. Let me just cover.
Speaking about dogs, and
let
then
me
you don't
let me
even
just
talk
cover
about
what I was
it.
gonna say now. So I had a fortune cookie yesterday. That said,
You have the fortune?
I have the fortune.
Whoa.
Tomorrow will be lucky and memorable for you. So I'm really hoping something memorable
Can
happens.
you show it to the camera?
They're not gonna be able.
Check that out, folks.
Hold
Tomorrow-
it to your face.
Will be lucky and memorable.
It's talking about today though.
Has today been lucky and memorable?
No, not yet. I mean,
Oh.
yes. Okay, no. It has because we're doing the podcast. But
yeah.
I'm really hoping something happens. Something
Huh.
memorable happens.
I think every day with you is memorable, Daniel.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Oh.
Aaron.
I once got a fortune cookie once
Uh-huh.
and said, "Help! I'm trapped in a Chinese fortune cookie factory."
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh.
They were trapped. How are they going to get out? They wrote a note.
Exactly. No.
And then I
I
just threw
thought
it
it
away.
was just the fortune that was trapped. It wasn't the actual. No, I'm joking.
I feel like those guys are gonna be like, "Help! I can't pay my bills."
No,
Because I'm only getting 5 cents for each of these fortunes.
That's what my grandpa used to say. He'd be like, he'd open a fortune cookie,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, "Help! I'm trapped in a Chinese fortune cookie factory."
Oh my gosh.
Still cracks me.
Oh yeah, the dog sitting. Let me talk about that real quick. Speaking of fortune cookies,
Speaking, not dogs. Speaking about fortune cookies.
I was dog sitting the other day for this person that I usually help out. I lifeguard for them, and I went to the house. The dogs were incredibly cute. Bomba and Beastly. Those were the
Oh my
names of the
gosh.
dogs.
Beastly.
Yeah.
One of the most
Beastly
delicious.
is so good. If you've never tried Beastly before, oh my god, you have to. It's like, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just
amazing.
It's just really good.
It's
It's
like
a
a
snack.
It's like a chip,
Yeah.
but they're flavored
Yeah.
in such a way that just you fall in love.
There's all kinds. Yeah, there's like
Exactly.
twisty ones. There's like
Yeah, there's barbecue flavored
Yeah.
or something. Anyways, main point is I dog sat, and this dog Beastly. He's a big dog. I think he was a Labradoodle. He's super cute, but oh my god, his breath was terrible. Like,
I think my dog is worse.
no, dude, I
Really?
was dog sitting, and he was great, and he climbed on me. He was like, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. It smelled like a corpse. And
oh my
it
gosh.
smelled like a mixture of a corpse and a sewage factory.
Yeah.
Corpse and a sewage factory. The dog ate. He ate a corpse and a sewage factory.
Yeah,
I mean-
ate
Wow.
both of them.
Yeah, it
That's
depends.
unfortunate.
Like I have 3 dogs. Like my smallest dog, she has the worst breath.
Yeah.
Like every time, I swear, I think her teeth are rotting or something. 'Cause,
Really?
like, yeah, it's a common thing with small dogs. They kind of
Their
have like
teeth rot. It's
decay
disgusting.
in their teeth, so it can like smell. You know.
There are like upsides and downsides to having a dog because like I've never had a dog before because my mom's allergic and my sister's allergic, but maybe I'm just not used to it. But it's like very like I don't like when they slobber all over you or they I don't know like it just
Well,
more-
some dogs don't slobber. Some
Yeah.
dogs don't shed. Like you can get a really good house dog. Like I mean, my dog is he just kind of sits upstairs
yeah
and waits for my mom to come home. But if you can get, dogs are good.
okay
Dogs are good.
dogs are good.
Dogs are very good.
Yeah, I mean, also if you train them,
Yeah.
they're
Well trained
gonna
dogs.
be much more well behaved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this morning, just because we're covering morning topics, I got a phone call as I was driving over to Daniel's, and he asked me if I wanted a croissant. To which I said yes, I would love a croissant.
I was surprised you said
and
yes.
When you have a croissant, if you want to warm it up, you simply put it in the toaster oven or the regular oven,
which I did.
and it only needs like a minute or maybe 2 minutes.
No, it was a
very very little.
it was a frozen. It was frozen. It was in the freezer.
It was a frozen.
Did you put it in the microwave first?
No.
No.
Okay, so you put it frozen straight into the oven.
Yes.
Okay, and then you walked away.
Then I walked away and I was setting up for this podcast.
So guess
As
what
I
happened
should.
after Daniel walked away from the croissant in the oven? It was black. It was a black burnt croissant, which we still ate.
We ate and it was good because what I did is I just scrubbed away all the burnt pieces,
All the delicious crust.
all the delicious
the
crust,
burnt-
burnt
gone.
flakes.
and I got the I scrubbed away the epidermis and ate the dermis, if you know what I mean.
Thank you for that,
Yeah, of course.
medical expert,
Of course.
Daniel.
Then I
Cancer.
gave it a colonoscopy.
Okay. Anyway. How's your speaking about medical stuff? How's your EMT class going?
Oh my god, it is crazy. Like I didn't know that it was going to be such a big commitment. I went into this thinking, oh, maybe I'll spend a couple hours a week on this. I have to go all the way to Hawthorne, which is
Mhm.
very far for us because close to LAX. That's like, oh my god, it's like an hour and a half drive. Training
in the morning traffic.
morning traffic, training, waking up early for classes, like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's ridiculous, and I am learning a lot,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And I'm learning a lot about, things that you need to know for being a paramedic, being an EMT.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll really give me a lot of experience for life. Like if I'm at a concert and something happens, if I'm outside in public,
Mhm.
if something happens, I'll know what to
Yeah.
do.
If I collapsed right now, what would you do?
I would just leave you there.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, the future of paramedics.
Yeah.
I'm looking into buying a helmet.
Oh, let's talk
I
about
don't know
that.
if I don't know if I told you this.
Aaron calls me the other day. He's like,
I definitely told you this.
Daniel. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm looking into buying a helmet. I'm like, okay, cool. How much is it? It's only like $200.
Okay.
Aaron, what are you doing?
You gotta set the story up better than that.
$200.
I am a cycling enthusiast. I like cycling, biking, cycling.
Yeah.
I like cycling. Anyway, like many sports, like golf or baseball or tennis, gear is expensive.
Yeah.
That's just part of it. So there's this helmet, which I've been looking at for coming up on a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it very badly, and I went to a bike shop, Sirius Cycling.
Oh, that's right next to my house.
Shout out Sirius
This
Cycling.
episode was indeed sponsored by Serious Cycling.
It actually was.
Please sponsor us, Serious Cycling.
So, and they had the helmet there that I've been looking at.
Okay.
So it was the first time I actually got to put it on, and it was a love experience. It was amazing. It was just
not
so,
a love hate, just
it
a
was
love.
just pure love.
You just put that on.
It
You're
was
like, oh
so-
my god.
It was so light, but so safe. And it fits so snug. It was amazing. It was like, yep, this is the helmet I'm gonna get. But it was $200, so I haven't bought it yet. Daniel thinks it's really stupid.
What?
I do
Orin,
think it's,
I
what
can tell.
benefits do you
All right,
get from
here's
this?
what it is. Here's what it is. You might say, well, is a $30 helmet the same as a $200 helmet? And also $200 isn't even like you could easily buy helmets for $300. But as I was saying, a big part of cycling
mm-hmm.
is just looking good. That's like 90%
Looking
of what
good.
you're paying for. It's
Everyone-
just, you
okay.
just want to look
Okay,
good.
let
Everybody
me-
likes. Okay, hang on. Everybody likes a good bike with good performance, but also everybody wants to look good,
Let me say something.
and that's part of the cost.
I'm gonna admit, I'm not a cycling enthusiast. I like biking, but I bike in regular clothes. I bike in a regular helmet that I got in Walmart for like $10. I'm just a regular guy.
Nothing wrong with
Regular
that.
guy.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
every time I see a cyclist, I get intimidated.
Hmm.
When they're all in those like tight gears, spandex, whatever,
Yeah.
and they look so serious, and they have like those like Oakley glasses.
The really big.
Yeah, the really big ones. I'm like, oh my god, this dude is the real deal, and this dude is gonna run me over if I don't move.
That's what I wear when I ride with you.
Yeah,
It's funny.
I just think it's so hilarious to see those people in those like tight clothing.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
It gives you gnarly tan lines. This is my tan line.
Wow,
I don't know if you can see it that well, but
it's a big tan line.
it's very intense. Anyway,
I
all
don't know
right.
if
So
you can
that's
hear, but they're still going at
they're
it.
still they're gonna be jackhammering all
I'm
morning.
sorry for this guy.
Anyway, speaking about biking, the Tour de France.
Oh yeah.
Tour de France.
Tour de France,
Or-
bonjour, oui,
or-
oui, baguette.
Le Tour.
Oh, we ate a
As they
croissant
say.
today too.
We did eat a croissant.
Yeah.
Very French of us. The Tour
Inspired
de
by
France is going on. I think today is stage number 8.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, the Tour de France is a worldwide cycling competition that lasts
Yep.
3 weeks, and essentially you have teams from all over the country, all over the world, of the world's best cyclists compete. They race almost every day, and every day is like close to 100 miles, over 100 miles
Wow.
some days. I think actually 2 days ago it was the longest stage. It was 150 miles in a single day,
Wow.
and they got a bike the next day. So it's one of the most
Do
grueling.
they get any breaks?
I kind of feel like they get a couple rest days, but it's all pretty much back to back the entire
The
thing.
only Tour de France I've ever done is on Wii Sports Resort doing the
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. That's actually very fun.
where you
had those like 3 lives.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you like try to not get tired, and you like
Yep.
I
Yep.
really like biking around the volcano. It's very very nice.
Yeah.
What's the island called? Woohoo Island. I don't know why I know that. Shout out Woohoo Island.
Shout out Woohoo Island.
But yeah, so I was gonna ask, what's like the average speed that they go? in
Oh,
the Tour
it
de
really
France?
depends. Like you can, I think, because you have the main pack,
Okay.
the peloton. That's
Yeah.
what the main pack is called. Then you have the riders that are kind of off the front of the pack, who are like the leaders.
Yeah.
It depends really on, because some stages are like mountain stages where it's like all climbing,
Yeah.
so you're going slower. Some stages are totally flat. Some are just longer, more endurance stages. So, but between 30 miles an hour, if you're in the pack, it could slow down to like 25. But on their dead sprints, I was watching this the other day for stage. I think it was stage 6 or stage 7. The dead sprint at the very end, the guy who won it, he was actually like the leading sprinter.
Wow.
His top speed was 48 miles an hour. And that's on
48.
flat. That's not even on a downhill. He was going. Actually, it was a little bit of an uphill incline actually. And he hit 48 miles an hour.
Do the bikes help you go faster in any way?
Yeah, no, those bikes are completely specced out, top of the line.
Okay.
And each cyclist kind of has their skills. Some are more sprinters. Some are better for climbing. Some are better at endurance.
Yep.
And there's different awards in the tour. Like there's an award that goes to the top sprinter. There's an award that goes to the best hill climber. There's someone who's the best overall. They win. So
That's nice.
there's the best like youngest rider. So there's different awards given people with different strength, and then people's bikes are tailored for that. So like sprinters, they have a bike that's different from someone who's more endurance. Or someone who's a hill climber has a different bike than someone who's a sprinter. So it all depends on like what you are and what your specialty is.
Could you explain like the stages? What do you mean by stages? Like is it?
Yeah, so a stage is just like that day's events. So like stage 1, stage 2, it's just like day 1, day 2, day 3.
Okay. So that's for each day.
Right, and you have a particular amount of distance that you're covering in that particular day. But the big thing is that on day 1, like last week on day 1,
Yep.
there was an insane crash.
Really?
Because it's dangerous. These guys are going fast. They're riding every day, and they ride very
it's
close
only in
together.
France?
It takes place in France. I mean, there's bike races all over the world, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Tour de
yeah.
France is in France. But there was this horrible crash, and it happened because, unlike a lot of sports, you're just riding on the street. The streets are closed off, obviously, but fans just stand on the side of the road. They can stand in the road. Like there's no barriers to keep the fans away from the bike. So
What?
as a cyclist, you're riding right next to the fan. The fans will like basically drive to different locations to kind of see the bikes go by,
Yeah.
and they'll like run alongside them. Like they get really close,
And they don't have anyone to like enforce it.
and sometimes they get too close because you're
Gotcha.
right. They have no one to enforce it. So you can kind of guess where I'm going with this. There was a lady who had some sign. I think it was in another language. So I couldn't read what the sign said, but there was a perfect shot of this as the big peloton, the big group of like over 100 guys
Yeah.
were rolling down the street fast, like 30 miles an hour fast. She was not looking at the cyclist. She was looking at the camera that was catching the cyclist. So she's like looking towards the camera,
Yeah.
and you could see in the background this big group of cyclists
Oh
coming.
my!
And she was on the side of the road, but she was leaning in the road with her sign. And one cyclist on the end clipped her,
No.
and he was the lead cyclist.
No.
He fell, and it was a complete domino effect. Everybody fell.
Oh
Dude, that's
my
terrible.
And
You're-
it must have been 100 people fell.
You're preparing weeks and weeks and weeks
No.
for the Tour de France.
You're preparing your entire
and
lives.
this lady comes up, and you
Day one.
wow.
Day one, you're preparing your entire life. And some people, it took him out.
That reminds me of the scene in Lion King when
Yeah,
when
that's
Simba,
exactly it.
Yeah.
no Simba, and they all come in.
And the wildebeest come.
Yes,
Yeah.
the wildebeest.
No, so it was, and then
So
there.
do they get a redo or how did that work?
So there's one rule where if you crash, I think it's the last mile and a half, or
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. If you crash really close to the end, then like your time is kept and you don't get DQ'd. But if these races are over 100 miles long every day. So if you crash and your crash is bad enough, you'll be out for the day. And if it's bad enough, it could take you out for the entire race, let alone your entire career. That's the scary thing
Wow.
about crashes, is that when you're on a bike and you crash hard, I mean, you're wearing a helmet,
Yeah.
but you're
You're wearing a $200 helmet, by the way, from Serious Cycling.
you really are. But these bikes, these $15,000 bikes,
Yeah.
just get bent and totally screwed up on
That's
these
crazy.
crashes.
Yeah.
So, but then the crazy part is the lady fled. She fled the scene, and the cops couldn't find her
Oh my god.
for an entire week. This lady was literally on the run, and the police were
my
looking for
God.
this lady that caused the crash, and then she ended up turning herself in.
But do
But,
you like what is that like a felony? Like what do you?
Well, so they decided not to press charges.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
big thing. They decided not to. She turned herself in. But it's just funny because they have so many cameras. They have helicopters with cameras, just getting the whole race. And
Yeah.
she just fled, and no one knew where she went. And she was on the loose in France.
Oh
lady
my
on the
God.
loose. For
Lady on the
causing
loose
Tour
who-
Tour de France crash.
There have been so many crashes. Actually, there was like a protest from cyclists. They took I think it was like a 2-minute stop during the race,
Yeah.
just to kind of it was to kind of raise awareness, kind of to protest, because there have been a lot of crashes. It was kind of getting out of hand.
So if
So.
they have so many crashes, why don't they just have like law enforcement or someone just security?
Well, most of the crashes aren't from fans. This was a rare instance where the fan caused a big crash. Like you'll occasionally get a fan will clip one cyclist and he'll fall off the bike, but this was a rare case where it was one fan that caused so many people to
Wow.
crash.
Wow.
But a lot of the times the crashes happen because your bike slides out as a cyclist and you knock other guys.
No, and when they're, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when
Yeah.
they're riding, their wheels are like an inch apart, like super,
You're
super
riding
close.
because you got to ride close to people to have the benefit of being in the group. Then you have the front guy is breaking the wind.
That's
And
crazy.
everybody else is kind of in that in the slipstream.
It's impressive.
Slipstream.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a lot of
Anyways.
that's a lot of talk about biking.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
Aaron and I might join a biker group.
A cycling group.
A
Not
cycling.
we're doing a biker gang. Yeah, there's like a local cycling group
Yeah.
that we might join.
Aaron calls me, Daniel, we gotta join this biking group, this cycling group.
And they ride out of Serious Cycling, actually. They're right there.
Serious cycling.
Oh,
Shout out
very
Serious
local.
Cycling. Yeah.
You want to talk about the deer in Walmart?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Crazy
yeah,
story.
So you talk about it.
So,
you were the one who found it.
I was surfing YouTube, as I do, and Inside Edition,
Uh-huh.
their videos just get picked up by the algorithm all the time. Anyway,
It's also like on Snapchat. Like there's also like,
was it on Snapchat?
I saw it on Snapchat
Oh.
on Now This or you know.
It was making the rounds.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a deer basically got lost inside a Walmart. It made its way inside Walmart,
Mhm.
and then poor deer. It's kind of sad. The deer was fine.
He was just
after
trying
all
to
this.
buy some stuff
But-
for his family.
Yeah, he's just trying to pick up some groceries. The deer got into Walmart and obviously freaked out because it's stuck in this is actually true for me. You go into Walmart, it's like a casino. Like you can't find your way out. You get lost. There are 3 stories. There's
Yeah.
no clear
I mean,
entrance
there's
or
some
exit.
big Walmarts.
Walmart's are, you can get your taxes done at Walmart.
What?
You get your taxes done. You can get a haircut at Walmart. You can get your tires.
You get a haircut at
Yeah,
Walmart?
You can get a haircut at Walmart.
In every
They
single
have
Walmart, they have like a.
Everything at Walmart.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you could buy guns there.
You can
Yeah,
buy
you
guns.
can, you
yeah,
can.
it's your
Yeah.
one-stop shop. So obviously the deer wanted some action in there. So the deer went inside Walmart, started freaking out, and then instead of trying to corral the deer out, they were I don't know why, but one of the employees, this lady, jumped on the deer and
Oh
was
my.
holding the deer down.
He was like, oh.
The deer was yelling. It was I think they were waiting for animal control or something to come and help get the deer out. But in the meantime, she was just straddling the deer,
Oh my.
and she's on top of this deer, and the deer's
Poor
lying on the
deer.
ground,
Poor deer.
trying to
He
figure out
just
what the
wanted
heck's
to buy
going on.
some Oreos.
He just wanted the Walmart low price of the day. That's all he wanted.
He just wanted to buy some stuff, and he got tackled by this lady
Yeah.
who works there.
But yeah,
no, sorry.
There
I
you
was
go.
gonna say, was it a buck or a doe?
it was a doe.
It was a doe.
So
Doe, a deer,
a deer,
a female deer.
Ray,
Um,
a drop of golden sun.
Thank you for that, Daniel. But I actually, as a Inside Edition pointed out, this is actually kind of common.
Yeah, it's common.
Deers to kind of because they maybe they smell the food, they see people going in, and they kind of walk, and the automatic doors open right up, and the deer
birds
just walks
too.
into stores.
Birds do that as well. I mean, I know in my house and in stores and all that stuff, or in school one time I remember
In your house?
bird just yeah
Yeah,
Birds-
when I
birds
was
been in my house.
when I was in Hawaii, in our little condo,
yeah
a bird just flew in.
really.
Yeah, it was really
Where in
funny.
Hawaii?
We were in Maui.
Maui.
Anyway,
That's
so
where they
yeah,
shot Moana, by the way.
deers just kind of find their way into stores. So they get out and they're fine, but it's kinda-
Aaron, did you not hear my joke?
No, I didn't.
I said
You
that's
it
where
really
they
quiet.
shot Moana. They filmed Moana there.
Really? The
Go
live
on.
action Moana.
The live.
The live action Moana. That's actually a really good version of Moana.
Really, they made that?
No,
Oh,
I'm joking.
man.
Did they actually did they said
man.
they modeled it after Maui?
I don't know. I thought they said it was
I-
in Maui, right?
I don't know. I feel like it's the Samoan Islands more than the Hawaiian
I don't know.
Islands.
The only
because-
Samoan I know is the Girl Scout cookies. Simone Girl Scout.
That's a Samoa.
Well, that's
And a
why
Samoan.
they casted Dwayne
Oh
Johnson.
my god.
That's part of the reason why they casted Dwayne Johnson.
As
Why,
Maui?
Because he likes
As
Girl Scout
Maui.
cookies?
No, he's,
No. Oh my
he's
god.
I'm
Samoan.
joking. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
half Samoan, I believe.
Yeah.
Moana is actually a good movie.
It is before
Better
we
than
were
The
talking about The
Greatest
Greatest
Showman.
Showman, and we
Yeah.
were like, no, it's not The Greatest Show. It's a terrible show. It's
Yeah.
a terrible movie. But yeah, Moana is a great movie.
You wanna sing one of the songs?
I see what's happening here.
That's a good one.
You're face to face with greatness. and
Don't
so-
no copyright strike.
No
All right,
copyright.
because that was a little too accurate.
You're right,
We might
you're
get a
right.
copyright claim.
I see what's happening here.
What's going on in your sports world, Daniel?
My sports world.
Your sports world.
Daniel, that should be a show. Daniel's Sports World.
Daniel's Sports World.
Nothing much. I mean, have you heard what happened with the Clippers lately?
Nope.
They're out.
Clippers are out.
The
Woo!
Suns.
Join the Lakers.
It's funny because like I go to school in Arizona, in Phoenix, and I should be going for the Phoenix Suns, but I really despise the Suns.
Well, Phoenix Suns, and you like the Clippers and the Lakers, and also the Raptors.
I don't like the Lakers. First of all,
Okay.
I like the Clippers, the Raptors, because I'm Canadian.
But you said we could play the clip. You said on I think it was the first podcast that when the Clippers lose, you're an LA
Yes.
fan, so you
Yes.
root for the Lakers.
But the Lakers
play
were-
the clip.
No. I was rooting for the Lakers when the Clippers lost because the Clippers always lose. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll
That's kinda
root for
weird.
the Lakers.
As
No,
you just
no,
as
no.
you just saw in that clip,
Oh my
Daniel
God.
is a Lakers fan and a Raptors fan.
No,
and a Clippers
no.
fan.
The Lakers are out now. They've been out. They
No,
were
you're
out
right.
the first
Yeah.
round, so
That's true.
that's why I was like rooting for the Clippers. But the Clippers. What's so funny?
Anyway, okay, go.
The Clippers are out, and the Phoenix Suns are going to the finals. And they're just waiting on their rivals, to see who they're going against in the championship. It would either be the Milwaukee Bucks or the Atlanta Hawks. And for now, it looks like the Atlanta Hawks are going to take it.
So who are you rooting for now?
It's a hard question. I honestly I guess this Bucks maybe if they win. I really don't like the Hawks and I really don't like the Suns. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough.
It's tough because I
I
have the notes here, and you said FUCK Phoenix. So I don't know why it's like a question between if you should root for this.
Daniel.
Another thing, I mean, it's kind of sad is how many players are getting injured.
Oh yeah.
There's so
You know who
many.
Giannis I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Antetokounmpo
Antetokounmpo something.
Or I'm
Boopity
sorry,
boopity
I'm
bapa.
butchering the name, but
No.
I bet you've seen him before. He's
He's
like the
the-
star player of the Bucks. He's a really tall guy. I think he's from where he's from
I think
somewhere.
he's from Greece. Or
Yeah, I think he's from Greece. He's
something
somewhere not from
Okay.
here.
He's not from the U.S.
But he's amazing. He's a great player. I
Mhm.
think he plays power forward center. I'm not sure, but he's a tall guy. He's like
Okay.
almost 7 feet tall, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's
That's pretty
huge.
tall.
It is pretty tall. My dad's 6'8", by the way.
He's a big guy.
I'm 6'4".
You mean your dad's 68?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We were.
When was
this?
that?
This is a side story. It was my birthday. I was at Cheesecake Factory for dinner, and we were talking with the waitress. And I don't know how Daniel even brought it up, but he was talking about his dad, and instead of saying his dad was 6'8", as in 6'8",
I said 6'8".
she said he
She
said,
said, "Oh, my dad's 72."
he's
I'm like,
he said his dad is 68.
I didn't
And
say
then
my
she
dad's
and then
68.
she just walked away after that.
No, she said, "Oh, my dad's 72," and then we like said, "Ha ha ha," and laughed it off. I'm like, "Wait, no, my dad's 6'8".
Oh
I said
my-
6'8". I didn't say 68. Anyways, what were we saying?
the injured players.
Yeah, injured player. So Giannis actually injured, I think his knee. It was a hyper extension.
Oh, that's bad.
So he landed and his knee went the other way
Yeah,
that it
yeah,
shouldn't go. And I'm not really sure. I wasn't updated on it. I could look it up right now if you want. But he was supposed to have an MRI scheduled for Wednesday, like last Wednesday. Today we're Saturday, so it's been a couple days.
what does MRI stand for?
Magnetic resonance
Reson-
imaging. Is
Okay.
it? I don't know. Let's check.
I don't know. I
But
feel like I used to know.
That'd be really cool if I
Magnetic
guessed it
reasoning.
right. Magnetic resonance.
Magnetic reasoning.
Magnetic. Your reasoning with
Magnetic Renaissance images.
I got it right.
Resonance?
Magnetic resonance imaging.
There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. So so Giannis got injured and he was like their star player. Also in the Clippers, this was a while ago, but Kawhi Leonard, which is like
Kawhi.
who was the star
The Star Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. The Star Leonard.
the star player for the
Yeah.
Clippers. He won the championship for the Raptors
Uh-huh.
back in like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
God damn, they're drilling like crazy.
They're drilling a
Yeah.
pool. You've been over
They
this.
are. What if they actually are? That'd be.
Have you ever thought, like, what if you're digging in your backyard and you find like dinosaur bones? I used to think this when I was a
never thought
kid.
about that.
I saw an episode of Garfield, and the Garfield the
Oh,
cat.
I know. I actually.
Oh, I
wait, is
love
it like
that
the
show.
animated one?
Yeah.
The one that's
He
like
was, like,
3D kind of.
digging
like
in his
the-
backyard, and he found a dinosaur bone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who knows, man?
Who knows?
Anyway, sorry.
No, if you like, who knows what's underneath us right now? Like, there could be tunnels for SpaceX or for Elon Musk.
No.
There could be fossils. There could be dead people.
There could be alien civilizations.
Oh my God! Shout out back. Rewind to episode 1.
No, don't rewind that. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of injuries, but the season's coming to a close. Almost going to be the final game, the Super Bowl, as they no, not Super Bowl.
No, not the Super Bowl. Don't listen, Aaron.
The World Series,
it's just the championship.
just the championship.
NBA Finals.
NBA Finals. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
I hope they score a hole in one.
We also have the World Cup
The World
For
Cup?
soccer?
for
Oh,
soccer.
I don't know anything about soccer. I'm sorry.
Wasn't there some
It's
isn't there some LA team?
n-
Have you heard about that?
LA Galaxy?
in the World Cup?
No, not in the World Cup. I saw a headline, and there's going to be a new Los Angeles soccer team.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Like the
For the MS.
I'll look it up. Anyway,
MSL, I think.
you were,
I have no idea.
what's going on with
But
the
we
World
have
Cup?
Italy versus Spain, I think.
Really?
Italy and Spain.
could look it
and
up.
then Denmark and Czech Republic
Hmm.
are.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are into soccer, but I honestly don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I've always sucked at soccer. That was my worst sport ever.
Angel City.
Angel City.
Does that sound familiar?
Angel City.
Angel City. It looks like it's a new team.
2021.
I mean, we have the Angels in
Angel City FC. I don't know what FC
Football
means.
club.
The football club.
So yeah, I mean, I always sucked at soccer. I always kicked. I was, the one that was known for kicking other people's feet. I played at AYSO. Did we play together, Ryan?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
we did. We used to play.
Angel City is a women's. It's a women's football club,
Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
I can't find.
and they're expected to start playing. That's actually cool.
It says the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup will be in Japan on December 2021, but I can't find who the teams are. I don't
Anyway,
know.
yeah, Angel City is it's a planned national women's soccer league that's going to begin in 2022. Angel
Wow.
City, and
Interesting.
there's they're coming up with the logo right now. That's why it was in the news.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need more of that.
So Aaron, Tesla delivering numbers.
Oh,
Q2,
we
right?
got to talk about Tesla at least a little bit. Don't have that much, so
Yeah.
bear with us.
I mean,
but
we're with Aaron right now. We got to talk about Tesla at least for a couple minutes.
Tesla released their quarter 2 delivery numbers.
Hmm.
Every 3 months, every quarter, the companies release their numbers. So
Yeah.
there was I think it was 201,000 deliveries, and there was 206,000 vehicles produced.
Wow.
Which is another record-breaking quarter.
Weren't we saying how they were gonna produce? That's why the stock was going up, because they were expected to produce over 900,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah. So if you annualize the numbers, it starts to put them just shy of 1 million deliveries.
Yeah.
Around the 900,000 range.
Yeah.
And 1 million deliveries is the goal. They're probably not going to hit it in 2021, but they're definitely ramping towards it.
Well,
And
before it was 500,000.
500,000
right,
was
last
2020.
year.
So yeah, they had a really good first quarter.
That's great.
They completely met expectations for quarter 2. So things are looking good.
I was gonna say, did you hear that they were making a Tesla, or supposedly they were trying to make a Tesla with satellite or no,
Solar
not
panels.
solar paneled roofs.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been this has been an idea for a while,
Yeah.
but the patent filings for a Tesla with solar panel roofs
Yeah.
came out. They also had a patent come out, and it was one of those trailers that you would hitch onto the back of your truck, and the trailer would basically automatically connect to the car.
Yeah.
So the car and the trailer, you would just not do anything, and the two would automatically link
Oh,
up
wow.
together. So
with magnetic.
well, because the car they both have a GPS. So the car knows where the trailer is. The trailer knows where the car is. So the car can automatically link up
got
to the
it.
trailer.
Okay.
So
Cool.
they had some patents for that come out.
Cool.
But yeah, just some good news,
Yeah.
good momentum. Driving Tesla, Elon Musk, living in his $50,000. I don't know if you saw this.
Didn't he sell all of his belongings?
Well,
All of his,
he sold all his
mansions
houses
and-
personal. He sold them on Zillow, I think.
on Zillow.
He listed his houses personally on Zillow. He's like, I'm
That's
not going to pay for the real estate
I
agent.
love
Yeah.
Elon Musk. I mean, I don't know, I just the things I'm reading about. I admire him.
He has one of these box houses, and it's this company. They produce these $50,000 houses, and they come like pre-made
Yeah.
on the back of a trailer.
Yeah.
And he just
I think I
lives
went
in
on Shark Tank. I was watching Shark Tank, and
really.
I think it was just like a mobile home or like a
I think
50,000.
it's called Boxable is the name of the company.
Maybe
Boxable.
I saw something very similar to that,
Yeah.
and it was definitely doing really well because of COVID, because people wanted to
Mhm.
go outside or get away from everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, you're able to kind of just like plop them down anywhere.
Yeah, which is really cool.
So
But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, because
That's
like
interesting.
also, I mean, tiny homes is like a huge trend right now.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, definitely. I think also just because of COVID and because of quarantine and all that stuff, people were really looking into, especially renting other like tiny houses, tiny homes, like in suburban in rural places.
Right.
Did I say
Yeah.
suburban?
suburban.
Suburban.
Urban.
Yeah,
People like to drive Suburbans.
and definitely they're getting more popular, and it only makes it more popular when someone like Elon is living in a $50,000 little shack,
That's the way to go.
and he's living right on the SpaceX campus
Oh really?
because I guess he's spending a lot of time working on his SpaceX company.
I was driving to
So-
when I was driving to Hawthorne the other day for the EMT stuff. It's right next to the SpaceX something. They have like a whole SpaceX facility there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's I don't know if it's in Hawthorne, but it's like right by.
Huh.
Yeah, I was really surprised because all of a sudden I saw a huge tower that said SpaceX, and it was a whole facility that they had there. I'm
Interesting.
not
Oh,
sure what
wow.
it was, but it was
That's really
definitely
cool.
SpaceX.
It's like a launch site.
Oh yeah, in the middle of Los Angeles.
in the middle of Los Angeles.
Just opens up as like a giant rocket.
Speaking about space
Yeah,
and crazy space stuff,
yeah.
Daniel has been reading this book.
I did my research.
Tell me first about where you heard about this stuff.
I
Or-
heard about
well-
it in the astrophysics book.
What do you? So explain.
I will. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson, a while ago, he came out with a book. It's like astrophysics for beginners,
The book is called Astrophysics for People in a Hurry.
for people in a hurry. It's a very small book, actually. You can get through it pretty quickly. But he explains like the basics of like astrophysics and where we are in the world and the universe, how everything came to be the way it is today, and how we're evolving. And yeah, I just thought it was interesting. So I never knew about this certain topic. It's called CMB. It's called cosmic microwave background. Have you heard of that?
Cosmic microwave background.
Take
know-
a microwave,
yeah.
you put it in the cosmos, and it's in
There's
the
just
background.
microwaves floating
It's
around
in the back-
background of the of space.
Yeah, but it's really interesting because it also goes with what dark matter is.
Because I just started reading the book,
Okay.
so I have like a very
So-
surface level understanding.
For those of you who don't know, let me just like explain some stuff. So, in the beginning of our universe, Oh my God, really?
Wow.
He doesn't want us to talk about the dark matter.
No, because he knows about the dark matter. He knows what it is. So he
Okay, so
doesn't
what is dark matter?
Well, let me get to it.
Okay.
So, the early universe was a very hot, dense, like plasma, that glowed as basically just like photons. You know what photons are?
No.
Photons are just like light. Basically, think
Particles
of just
of
like
light.
particles of light. Yeah, and everything was just like charged particles, kind of all together. So they were just like plus negative charges everywhere.
Gotcha.
And then as the universe expanded, like if we think about the Big Bang Theory and all that
Right.
stuff, it cooled. So it got cooler.
As
Temperature
it
dropped.
expanded out of that dense hot ball, it
Because-
started to cool.
Yeah, because there was more space.
Right.
And the cooler it got, and I hope I'm saying everything right. I'm not an expert at this at all, but I'm just interested.
Please don't quote us on this.
Yeah, please.
Don't
I don't
go
want Neil
writing.
deGrasse
Don't go
Tyson
writing
knocking on my
research
door.
papers on this. This is just for educational. No, entertainment purposes.
Entertainment purposes. Yeah. So, so as it cooled, the particles, because
Mhm.
when particles are together, it's hot and they need
Right.
heat. They produce heat. As it gets cooler, the particles kind of detach from one another
Okay.
because the temperature is lower,
Okay.
and they didn't have the. Sorry, it got my bad. It got cooler because the light didn't have enough energy to keep the charged particles together.
huh.
So they separated. And when they separated, it became atoms.
Huh.
And then
I did not know
I'm
that.
I'm kind of like thinking about how to explain this for people who don't really understand what this
Yeah.
is, and I don't even really understand what this is.
So
either.
as the particles expanded
Yeah.
through the Big Bang. They got to a point where they were so expanded that they became atoms somehow.
Basically, yeah, because they didn't, the plus and negative charges weren't like all clustered together anymore, and then when they expanded, the light that was originally there that they interacted with couldn't interact with the matter that was there, so the light would just go in a straight line. The light would just go in straight lines. Do you know what I mean? Because the light usually would interact with the matter, keeping it together and keeping it hot. And when it expanded and got cooler, the light didn't have anywhere to go, so it kind of just shot in straight lines. And as the universe expands, that straight line of light, that wavelength, just got longer and longer and longer because the universe expanded, so it shot longer. And this was like 14 billion years ago.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's a really long time.
If you didn't know, 14 billion years is a long time.
You know where I was at that point?
Where were you, Aaron? Were you surfing the waves of Maui?
I was almost born.
You were almost born. Anyways, those lines of light basically grew longer and longer, creating bigger wavelengths of light. And those bigger wavelengths of light that are continuously growing is called the cosmic microwave background.
Okay.
But the thing is if you like measure all the radiation, right? All the waves, all the wavelengths that you find in the atmosphere or wherever, you can take away everything except the cosmic microwave backgrounds, the CMB. CMB. And that's just proof that the Big Bang Theory happened. Like that's just proof that the universe is expanding and expanding and expanding. And basically we detect CMB using a machine. It's called DAISY. It's called
I thought it was a microwave.
No, it's it's called degree angular scale interferometer. Don't ask me what it is or what it does, but it detects a CMB.
This is why I wasn't too interested in the book.
Yeah, but what's really interesting about it is that you get to see the parts of the universe with that machine that are hotter and that are colder. So you get to see kind of where the molecules or the matter is together and it's hot, and when it's spaced out, and that's just proof that what I told you happened later, that there is a CMB because the stuff in the middle that doesn't interact with light and that we can't detect, because the way we detect it is like with light, right? How it reacts with light. I think like 70% of the stuff that we see we can't detect.
Interesting.
Like
I thought
stuff in there's
and you're saying that's dark matter.
That's dark matter, but think about the stars in the inner universe. They're all held together by an invisible glue that we do not even know what that invisible glue is, and that's the dark matter. That's the thing.
Right. That's
because it doesn't react with light.
Yeah, it says 85% of the universe
85%,
is this. It's this like matter, this substance that we can't detect, but we know that something is there. I thought it was because of like the gravitational effects.
Yeah, no.
Like
they did. How do they detect gravity? Using, seeing how it reacts with light.
Right. So they're saying like for the gravitational effects that are out there, the amount of observable matter doesn't add up. Like there's something out there creating these gravitational effects,
and that's what we call dark matter. It's like that invisible glue,
and we don't know what it is, and we don't know how to, but we know it's something there.
Yeah, and
that's
it's scary. It's scary to think about that, and it's interesting because we don't know. We genuinely don't know, and there's that invisible glue,
which is really fascinating. I mean, maybe that's fourth dimension.
Oh my God!
Like we were saying, it could be, and we simply wouldn't know. But it's also like, because I think this kind of just goes throughout human history.
Yeah.
The times you live in, you think are just like, oh, it's such a breakthrough time. Like we've learned so much and we've developed so much, which we have.
Yeah.
But then if you fast forward 100 years, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe back in 2020, 21, they thought, whatever, or they didn't possibly know that. Like think back to the 1900s, the early 1900s, and think about how much technology's advanced and society's advanced.
Yeah.
So even though we don't know what it is now, I just feel like it's one of those things that in the future there's going to be some breakthrough.
it's just hard because everything that we detect is what can interact with light.
Right.
But then when you have this stuff this matter that doesn't interact with light, that we can't get a wavelength or we can't detect on our machines, that's a big portion of the universe, of the cosmos. And they actually found out with remember I was talking about the Hubble telescope?
Yeah.
So they actually found with the Hubble telescope that there's a galaxy far, far away. Shout out Star Wars.
Is there now? Did they find this a long, long time ago?
A long, long time ago. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
There we go.
Anyways, they found a galaxy that actually didn't have that much dark matter, which was weird.
I don't know, man. Space is
Yeah,
a very interesting place.
But that's what's strange. I don't know. There's so much we don't know. And I don't even want to spend my life being a cosmologist. And
I know those questions are so big.
Yeah.
And they're so, I mean, they're important, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would just get existential and you'll just be like, what is the point of all this, you know? I don't know.
What is this?
But I'm happy just doing my podcast
with
Daniel.
We're happy here.
We're happy.
We're having a good time.
Thank you for watching this again, of course.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So, anyway.
Yeah.
That was a lot for the brain.
It was a lot.
I don't know if we want to go right into CRISPR, because that's also a lot.
That is a lot. How are you, though, Aaron?
You know, I was doing pretty good.
How is we didn't do like a brief, background.
Well,
kind of did. But
I talked about my week. You know what was kind of something?
Yeah, what?
I was driving to Daniel's house this morning, and besides for getting the call about the burnt croissants, they're doing all this filming.
Yeah, they are.
On like Tampa, Devonshire.
Yeah.
So when I got off the freeway, it was like the detour of all detours. Like it felt like all of Porter Ranch was closed.
Really?
They sent me all the way down to Corbin.
Yeah.
All the way. Couldn't go on Lassen.
Couldn't go on Lassen?
Couldn't go on Lassen. They're filming something.
They're doing a Netflix feature film or something down a street on Tampa, close by where I live.
I wonder what they're filming.
A Netflix show.
A Netflix feature film. That's
I have the you could probably see what they say what it's like. It's like a live action thing.
We should try to get them in the podcast.
Sir, what do you
get out there in the field? And,
yeah.
It's like the new Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new Fast and Furious yet?
No, have you? F9?
I have not seen it. I was actually kind of close to seeing it.
Is it called F9 because it's the 9th one that they made?
It's like Furious 9, Fast 9, whatever it is. Yeah, F9, 9th one.
I heard it was terrible.
Really?
It's just cars doing backflips. That's like what all the movies are.
There's like apparently like very questionable physics maneuvers.
Questionable physics.
Questionable physics.
No, that's Fast and Furious.
They probably use dark matter.
They probably use dark matter.
Yeah. They go to space apparently.
Really?
And blow up some sort of.
They go to space.
Satellite or something.
That's intense. I think they're just running out of ideas.
Maybe.
Definitely.
Like, what else can you possibly do?
Flip cars. Flip more cars.
We already did that. Okay.
Flip even more
cars.
Go
to space.
Set things on fire. Flip a car.
You could go underwater.
Flip a car underwater. That might be good.
But I feel like it's anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know. I mean, I haven't even.
It's like so slow. Like you're just like a little boat underneath.
It's like James Bond.
Yeah.
He has like some marine. Yeah. I haven't even been to the movie theater in forever.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, like, I don't know why. After COVID, I just kind of stopped. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys can hear that.
It's so much.
He's going crazy.
It's a lot.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
You know what I actually saw recently?
What?
Movie. It's on my phone. I love this movie. It's a great movie, made by the company Disney. It's
Disney.
called,
I've never heard of it.
The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen The Emperor's New Groove?
No.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
You have to see Coco.
Oh my God.
You have to see Coco.
You remind me of Kronk so much.
Oh my
Kronk,
gosh.
the football player.
Kronk.
K-R-O-N-K. Kronk. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
Is it
The Emperor's New Groove.
Like a fiction? Like what is it?
It's fictional, animated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
honestly
okay.
though, the thing is, The Emperor's New Groove. It was one of the like.
Oh wait, is that the one with the king?
Yeah.
Cusco.
Couscous.
The llama.
Couscous. Yeah. So
I've seen. I think I've seen like a tiny bit of it, but like when I was little.
And
like,
Yzma.
Oh,
Huh?
Yzma.
Yzma.
Yeah, no, you have to see Emperor's New Groove. It's actually a really good story, and it's just funny. It's
we'll watch
witty.
it on the podcast. The people
Live
watch us
reaction.
watching The Emperor's New Groove.
Like this video if you want to watch us watch Emperor's New Groove.
and comment on it.
No, it's just really good. And it's a classic.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's like actually kind of underrated. Like a lot of people haven't seen it. It's not like a big, like it never gets like recommended on Disney Plus. You got to search for it.
I don't have
But it's
Disney
good.
Plus. Honestly, I never really got it.
You haven't seen any like the Mandalorian movies or
No, I
those
haven't.
shows?
I need to. I mean, I know
Wow.
there's like a lot of hype around.
It's like
it.
Wanda now too.
WandaVision. There's Loki.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Loki though.
Oh, Loki.
I was really scared, or I wasn't scared. I was just like worried what would happen when Disney wanted to buy Star Wars, because Star Wars was such a good trilogy. You know, it was a saga,
franchise.
and franchise.
Still is.
And I mean, I remember talking to Spencer, and we were like, oh yeah, like Disney's gonna ruin it. They're gonna make it all different. But I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. Like I think they're overdoing it, like because they keep making more and more and more movies for Star Wars. Like,
Well, I think the like the Mandalorian series, they did that really well.
Okay.
I think like the last 3 like feature films they made, people have mixed feelings. I think the last one was pretty good.
I remember
but
Rogue One. Rogue
Yeah.
One was really.
Rogue
Oh
was
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Wasn't
They
that like
made
the first one that they made? That was.
Rogue One.
No.
No.
No, wasn't that? What was
The first one they made was like the 7th.
The
which was The Force
yeah.
Awakens.
Yeah, The Force Awakens.
Yeah, The Force Awakens. So,
Yeah.
and I think part of it was, I mean, they said they didn't really have like the plan for the 3 movies all laid out,
Yeah.
because you could tell there were just some characters that got written in and then just nothing really ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Finn.
Finn.
But I think with the, I mean, I'm not a huge Marvel fan, but I liked WandaVision.
Yeah.
Loki, I've heard good things about. Same with Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Isn't it crazy
Yeah.
how, I mean, this is just a thought, but how like actors, they're not famous at all, or they haven't even acted before, and then now they're acting in like this feature film, and all of a sudden they're
What do you mean?
an A-list celebrity. You know what I mean?
You mean like
Like for example, Tom Holland,
okay,
or like Finn, like the actor that plays Finn.
right?
They weren't really like big actors.
They go from small scale to big scale. Really
yeah,
quick.
they just got this role in a feature film, and now like, you know, that opened so many doors for them. They just casted every, you know, feature film they're casted, and they get paid a shit ton of money.
That's the breakout everybody
Crazy,
wants. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and there's Black Widow coming too.
Black Widow. I've seen
Yeah.
the advertisements
Black
for that
Widow.
one also.
There's also have you ever seen Kim's Convenience, the show on Netflix?
No.
It's a hilarious show.
No.
It's about like a Korean family. They have like a convenience market in like in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh wow.
But anyways, like one of the guys there, I think it's maybe from Kim's Convenience where he started getting like picking up traction. Now he's playing this actor in like a Marvel movie. But I don't even know what it's called, but I think it's coming out soon. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Yeah, I just recently saw A Quiet Place Part 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, how was that one?
It was interesting. I don't know if you guys seen the first one, but
No,
I have
haven't.
not.
you should definitely watch it.
I need to watch
It's
more
very-
movies.
It's very good. It's not. If you don't like horror, it might be
Yeah, I'm not a horror fan.
a little bit.
You know,
But I
horror
mean,
films.
it's not really a horror. That's the thing. It's more of a thriller than a horror.
What's that funny horror movie?
Scary
Scary movie?
movie?
Scary movie. That's great.
There's
I
like,
like that.
5 of them, I believe.
Yeah,
They're
I
hilarious.
have not seen that one.
yeah.
I've heard good things about it though.
Scary movie. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen all 5. I think I've seen like the first one, like one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyways.
Anyways, they blend. There's a girl in it that's deaf, so you kind of get her perspective on.
Yeah.
And everything you have to be quiet. Obviously, there's like these monsters that will kill you if they hear you.
That's
So everybody's
scary.
like tiptoeing.
Mhm.
And
They're making another Purge. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, The Purge.
yeah.
Every day is The Purge or something.
I just
or-
feel like every franchise, like they're just milking out.
That's so scary.
So many
That's so scary to
franchises.
think about it. Like, yes, you have The Purge, and that's scary. It's
Oh.
a day, but now it's every day. It's every day, bro, with that Disney Channel flow.
Like the alarm to end the Purge just like casually breaks. They're like, oh my god, we need batteries, but it's the Purge, so you can't go to a store and get batteries. So then they're like, oh no, how do we end the? And they never end the Purge.
yeah.
That's how they should do it. I don't know how they're doing it because I did hear
Forgot
it's
their
like
batteries.
it's like a Purge every day. But yeah, they run out of batteries for the alarm. and then they can't sound the alarm to end the purge,
Oh my god.
and then it's just the purge all the time.
It's just endless criminal activity.
I don't know. I feel like that would just end with everyone. Everyone just kills everyone until there's one person left.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, look, if you have like every single person has the incentive of killing people.
But some don't.
Right.
Yeah, but if everybody
But
think
if
about
everybody
it,
did.
if everybody had the incentive, there will only be like one person left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lovely weather. Lovely weather.
Lovely
We
weather.
we have to mention the weather.
Every podcast, we should make like a compilation of you just saying lovely weather, lovely weather.
It's blue skies.
Yeah, we're
Just a
blessed.
couple clouds.
We're blessed with the good weather every single time we film.
The only problem.
Is the fucking jackhammer. Sorry, excuse my French.
Yeah, the
Tour de
jackhammering
France.
is extra. Usually it dies out by this time,
Yeah.
but they're going all day. It seems
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ema, about my cussing. I didn't mean to. Anyways, you want to talk about CRISPR?
We can mention it. Yeah, let's talk about that.
I just wanted to mention that CRISPR like is like a whole big breakthrough invention that they made. We're taking. I'm not gonna go into it, but they just take like they splice different parts of your genes, like DNA.
It's basically gene editing.
Yeah, and they can like put whatever they want in it. And it's really controversial because people were like, you know, oh, we can make super babies. You know, we could like make the ideal human
Right.
being. And it's like, do we really want to do that to, you know, the human being?
Yeah.
Or should we
Yeah.
not? And then CRISPR 3.0, they just like came out with like an article that I read very recent, like a couple days ago, that they came out with instead of gene splicing, like editing, they basically enhance the different parts of the gene of your DNA that's like what's it called? The one that's like the most useful. So if like they usually do it for like agriculture and for plants. So
Right.
if like they see that this tomato can grow really fast, they optimize that and they enhance that trait.
Right.
That's like genetically modified.
it's
Basically,
like,
yeah,
it's
it
like
is just
Jurassic World.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's because I mean, editing the human genome obviously is different than like editing the genome of like a tomato to make it a better tomato.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like there's definitely a lot of benefits because I mean they've sequenced the human genome, so they know what corresponds with what, and you could make people like immune to some illnesses that you know devastate a lot of people, but then it could also be carried away, and it's also it's not cheap. It's really
No, it's
expensive, the
not.
procedure. So then it's like
Right.
you'll have the rich who have access to genetically modify their children into super babies, and then everybody else.
And that's
you
just
know.
like when we talked about AI and stuff. Like, do we really want to like become superhuman? You know, do we really want
Right.
to have all these traits? Because I feel like it's gonna make the world a crazy place to live in, because you can literally do
Yeah.
anything.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. The other thing is questioning how long it'll last. Like, because we've seen they've cloned like sheep. You know, like they've
Uh-huh.
successfully cloned them, but they haven't lived very long. So
Yeah, that's the other.
that's the other question is how long. You know, are they expected to survive as long as
Yeah.
a normal person, or if there's any side effects?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely that. Also, I mean, you would lose a lot of diversity. Like the whole thing about the gene pool, and when you reproduce, your genes mix and you create a new set of genes. When you're modifying genes, you're gonna lose that diversity,
That's true.
which is
Right.
because that's the thing. It's editing the gene of like an unborn baby versus editing the gene of someone who's already existing, in which case
Mhm.
they can't pass it down. So that's kind of I remember reading about that. That's definitely a consideration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like when we externally edit things and you know not let nature take its place, take its course, like I think that's negative effect. It would
I
have a
mean-
negative effect to human life.
You're basically playing God.
Basically, yeah, and that's why a lot of people people who are actually religious really don't like when people play God, right? And people decide whether this person gets this trait, whether this person lives or dies. So there's a lot of people that are going against it on a religious aspect.
Right. I mean, also like nature will usually compensate for
Yeah.
things that get out of hand.
That's
so,
true.
You know, diseases, for instance. I mean,
Yeah, that could be a possibility. There might be like a whole big disease if we start mutating people
Right.
and genetically editing.
it's probably
people,
part
yeah.
of the reason why, that sheep didn't live so long.
Yeah.
I just got some breaking news.
This just in, Aaron has breaking news.
Just to spice things up, my dad literally just sent me this article. You heard of this? Crypto camp in Los Angeles.
What?
Crypto.
This is
You wanna attend crypto
This
camp,
is
Aaron?
just in. Okay, this is funny because my dad told me this idea a while ago. He's like, because we were talking about I run a finance YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Where I talk about stocks and cryptocurrency. We'll link it down below if you're interested in that.
Yeah.
But parts of we were talking about crypto, talking about how it's evolving, and he mentioned, there should be like a Bitcoin camp, like a crypto camp where you could learn about cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a whatever idea. And he just sent me this article, and there's a legit in Los Angeles. There's like a week-long summer camp this person runs, and it's a crypto camp.
Wow.
And I think it looks like it's ran out in like in the Inglewood area, and 26 kids age 5 to 17
Wow.
participate. No one's too young, and they learn every day for like a week about crypto. And it says it's different from like coding camps where you learn how to code, because this is particular to finance. And
Yeah.
it's started by this lady who is she's been a Bitcoin investor, entrepreneur, and she wanted to
Is this like
educate.
the first time you heard about this? I mean,
I
the first time I heard about
literally just heard about this crypto camp,
it. Uh-huh.
but that's kind of cool.
That is
I don't
really
know. I
cool.
definitely think that's, cryptocurrency, but finance in general definitely needs to be taught to more kids, especially in school.
In school, like I was
Especially in
going to
school.
say, in school they're supposed to teach you how to become an adult and how to live, a good life and how to be educated, or they educate you, and they don't really teach you anything about the basics of finance.
I think in the past in schools there was more of a push, like in the old days. In the old days there was more of a push to like, you had like woodworking, or you could learn to be a carpenter, or you learn how to work on a car, or cooking. Like all this stuff was taught in school. It's just not taught anymore. And you learn other things which you could argue have some degree of relevance, but there's some things where it's like you're gonna eventually know you're gonna have to know in some respect how to do your taxes, or you're gonna have to in some respect understand how credit works, and nobody teaches that.
I wonder why people aren't pushing for that. I mean, I'm sure there are people that are pushing for that, but the people that are in charge of the school districts, I wonder why they don't find that necessary, and they find teaching about I don't know.
I think
Aboriginal Australians.
it's all important, and it's important to understand like history and culture and all that stuff's great. And I think to accompany that, you would also want some like real life practical importance. And then, like in college, you could definitely take personal finance classes in college. But not all kids in high school end up going to college. And especially if you're going to go right into the fields, you're going to work like a blue collar job. In that case, it would be even more beneficial. I think to get just a little bit of exposure to that in high school.
It's definitely hard. I know some friends who like are working now in say construction or other things straight out of high school, and now they gotta they have a full-time job. Now they have to know all the basics of every single thing of how to manage their money, taxes, all this stuff, and they never learned about it before. It's kind of very similar, different story. But say for applying for college, my parents were not familiar with the college system in America at least, and I would be like in 11th grade. I'm like, shoot, what do I do? What is FAFSA? What is this? And I had to relearn every single thing.
I still don't know how to do my FAFSA.
Yeah, it's a big thing, and also I just I wasn't familiar with it, and the same aspect for those people who aren't familiar with finances.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely definitely true.
Yeah.
But it's good to see, and I think, and that's also why like the finance space on YouTube is so big, because if you don't know how to do something, YouTube, the search engine of YouTube is the second most common places where internet searches happen. Google's number 1, and then YouTube's number 2.
Right.
There's
So
a video for everything now on
There's
YouTube,
video
which is
for everything.
great. It's amazing.
You can learn
how
entire skills on YouTube.
It's good and bad.
It's good and bad. Well,
it's
that's
bad
the
because
thing.
there are people that put either misinformation or just bad things
bad advice.
not even bad advice, just bad videos for like say like 8-year-old to watch on online. You know?
Well, that's true. That's definitely true. But like
Yeah.
if you're someone like you were saying who has a full-time job
Yeah.
or is making real money but doesn't completely understand how finances work, and then
Mhm.
YouTube is a great starting point.
Definitely.
And there's some really good information, and there's also some really bad information.
That's true.
So
And no-
that's-
and nobody
that's the
can really
problem.
like censor it. And if people do
Right.
censor it, there are a lot of people who say, "Oh, this is censorship. This is illegal," and all this stuff, and like they can't like take away our.
That's true. There's also
Right.
just information that's just wrong.
No, yeah, you're
that's the
right,
main
yeah.
thing. Like people say
Yeah.
controversial stuff, and also people just say stuff that's just wrong.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that ability to critically think, but also if it's just like a simple topic
yeah.
that you're just trying to learn about, and you don't know what's right or wrong,
Yeah.
well, how are you supposed to know what they're saying?
That's
is right
why
or
with
wrong?
with this day and age, like we definitely need to know how to critically think for ourselves, and because there's so much information out there. We need to know how to take one side of the story, another side of the story, think about both sides, and come up by ourselves with our own opinion or conclusion of what we found when we
Yeah.
look at stuff up.
Right.
That's
I
definitely
just
true.
want to mention my credit score has increased by 29 points
Wow.
this month
What?
because of
Re-
Aaron's
really?
advice here.
29 points?
Really?
points
Wait,
this
what did
month.
you-
Oh
do?
my
What did-
god!
what did-
Remember? Okay.
So
That's
basically, what happened is I've been paying my balance off before the statement has
Uh-huh.
come in. And what Aaron has pointed out as you have to leave some money so they can see that you're actually using your card and spending,
Yeah.
and you can pay on time, but you don't have to pay right when the statement comes
Right.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they give you a couple days after to pay it off.
Right.
Nice.
Exactly. Like this
Well,
is
congrats.
just really funny because right after we filmed the last episode, we were
We went to Falafel
we went to
Palace.
Falafel Palace, and I was talking with Oren about credit. That's what we talk about. We talk about credit cards, and yeah, I was just telling him that if you pay off your credit card completely before your billing cycle closes, then when they report your credit to the credit bureaus, it's going to show a zero balance, which looks like you didn't use any credit.
Yeah.
But what you want to do, and most people do this, you just wait till the billing cycle closes, and then whatever balance is remaining, that's what you pay. You don't pay it late. Obviously, you pay on time,
Yeah.
but you leave some money, obviously, as your balance that you pay off. You don't pay it off way before the billing cycle closes. But if you leave the right amount, if you use a little bit of your credit, but not too much, so under 30% credit utilization,
Yeah.
that's the second highest impact to your credit score. So, and obviously we're not talking about late payments or paying interest. You don't do any of that.
Right.
But you just wait if your billing cycle closes on the 15th, and then your payments, let's say the 15th in the following month. Don't pay everything off before the billing cycle closes. Wait until it closes, and then pay off that amount. But make sure you only have less than 30% of your credit being utilized. If that made no sense, then I'm sorry.
The more you know.
But
Aaron's
Yeah.
finance world.
Daniel got a new credit card, Southwest.
We both got a new credit.
We got the same credit
Or
card.
did you get into it yet?
It hasn't come in the mail.
They haven't accepted him.
No, I got accepted. It's still in the
okay.
mail. Still in the mail.
Yeah. We got like a Southwest card, so hopefully with that, I'm gonna be able to actually get. It comes with like a lot of points.
If you
use
spend
for
$2,000
Southwest.
in the first 3 months,
Yeah,
you get 65,000 miles
and that's
for
crazy
Southwest
because
flights.
I go back and forth, Phoenix and Los Angeles, so one flight round trip to Phoenix there and back is probably like 4,000 points. I think we checked, but the points could range from 4,000 all the way to
Mhm.
like 15,000. But still, you have 65,000 points. You can fly at least like 10 times for free,
Yeah.
and you didn't have to do anything. You just had to apply for a credit card and use it.
And hit that
And use it.
sign up amount.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's cool.
It is cool.
A lot of free flights for Daniel.
A lot of free flight.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Hawaii maybe.
Hawaii's a lot.
Yeah, we
Hawaii's like
checked, we checked.
40,000 points.
It's like a
Wow.
third
It's
of your,
it's a,
or 3/4 of your.
but also like it's Hawaii. Like
it is. Yeah.
It's and it's
Yeah.
Hawaii with Southwest, so it'll be even more.
I wonder how many. I mean, I'm gonna do my research, but I wonder like how many points it is to like fly to the East Coast or anywhere like that in
Mhm.
Southwest. We'll see. Anyways, good stuff.
Good stuff. Good talk.
Good talk.
Good talk today.
Well, great time as always.
We want to thank you for watching today's podcast
Yeah.
episode. We have another We have another episode that's going to be coming out eventually.
Yeah.
We filmed it right before this one with Levi Thomas.
Levi Thomas. Look
The
out for Levi
musician.
Thomas, special guest.
So we had like a
Talented
mini
guy.
episode we filmed focused on him and the music industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and we'll definitely Oren,
Come on in here.
Coming over.
We'll definitely link Aaron's YouTube video.
Oh yeah,
Our
check that
YouTube
out.
channel.
YouTube channel.
We're on
If
we're
you're,
on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Make sure to leave a subscribe, leave a like. Also, maybe comment on Apple Podcasts. Comment
course,
on
of course.
Spotify. And yeah, we're looking forward to the next episode and
more episodes coming
Yeah.
every week. About.
hopefully every week. Yeah, it's been a great time.
Alrighty, guys.
Traditional fist bump.
Good
Let's go.
job. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god! Wait, do it again. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys
Thank
later.
you.